Yo, what's on the poppin', everybody? Welcome back to the Kingdom, y'all. You already know it's the King speaking to you. You coming right into part 25 of the Disco Elysium playthrough. Man, we quarter century right now. We quarter century and we're still going hard. Yeah, you already know what it is. Let's get into it. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, when we last left off, we know that we had to come back here 2,100 hours and it's 2057. I'm gonna have to pull a book out real quick and make some time go by. Let's see what happens if we hit up the door right now.
This door is made of metal and no one home. Looks like he isn't home. You should.
Okay, yeah. Alright, let's go into the inventory. Find a book. Sure.
Medicinal purposes. Flipping through
Open.
the book, you come across.
Alright, there we
It's
go.
all. Finally, it seems to contain descriptions of the medicinal properties of various. There's nothing in here that speaks to hangovers directly. However, while browsing through the
Alright,
scene.
I don't want too much time to go by. Oh shit, he scared the fuck out of me. I wasn't even paying attention. I didn't know he was gonna be standing right here peeking out. What's up, bro?
Gendarmerie, you found me.
The young man on the balcony gives you a bright smile before taking another drag from a cigarette.
His slender figure is backlit by city lights, its distant streets and motorways flashing like diamonds. It feels like a Friday. He seems to be in a good mood tonight.
Yes, the cleaning lady let me in. She also led me to your apartment.
Beautiful.
He replies, smiling. As he looks at you, something sparkles in his eyes.
So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
That's what I'm aiming for, yes. Honestly, I'm just trying to not screw anything up. I'm not going to make things just right, I'm going to make them spectacular. Ignore the question. I was hoping to talk to a possible witness. Your balcony overlooks the murder scene.
Beautiful.
He says again. A nearby street lamp casts shadows on his chin, drawing out the slender cheekbones.
I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
He nods towards door 28. His Sunday friend? What the hell does that mean? By the way, I'm really digging the view here. Is it Friday tonight? It feels like Friday. Why would I want to meet your friend? Very well, I'll talk to him. But first I want to talk to you. I have so many questions.
Mm-hmm. That's why I chose this place. Martinez is special, isn't it? It does feel like the end of the week. It's so magical. The white falling against the black. Trust me, you do.
Okay.
That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark and the neighboring windows have lit up one by one. Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard, disappearing into the bush.
Besides, I've got to run.
He's going to leave you alone again. That's sad.
Where you going, bro?
Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual this cool or mysterious ever again.
Run where? But I just found you again. Go if you must, I don't care. I don't care about people leaving me all the time.
To the city. It's a beautiful night.
Only if you promise that we'll talk again, it's important.
We'll talk. Just not tonight. Take care, alright?
Where are you going? No! Goodbye, smoker on the balcony. Well.
And he's gone again. Looks like it's becoming a theme for him.
Seriously. Well, we leveled up, but I guess we can go inside the house. Let's do what we did last time. Interview the Sunday friend. Let's go to our map, see kind of some of the things that we can get a hold of if we level some stuff up. There's a bunch of physical instrument type stuff. Pain threshold, empathy. Did I just level up empathy last time? Volition, rhetoric, perception, suggestion, empathy again. Should we level up? Let's level up empathy one more time. Because why not? Where is empathy? It's around here somewhere. There we go. Okay. Alright, well, here we go. Inside. Whoa, that guy looks serious. quarterly business magazine. You know we're gonna observe everything before we go to him. An empty ashtray. Dishes soaked up in a pot. Flyers for underground parties. Dates for open lectures at a local university. Expensive men's perfume lingers in the air. Oh. Party dragon silk robe. I got a kimono? Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Alright. +1 drama, become the dragon. +1 electrochemistry, become an addict in a strange bathing robe. This sleazy, silky bathing robe in vibrant blues features a roaring dragon on its front, ready to take off into the night. A red belt has been provided for fastening. It's culturally insensitive, but only for people who are not from Seoul. The real Seoulites probably don't care. Wow. That's really cool. I'm about to rock that for a little bit. An old photo of the same apartment dated year '01. I got a hat too. Oh my goodness, I can look like a samurai warrior. +1 logic, -1 suggestion. Insensitive bachelor party vibes. This tawny cone-shaped hat looks like a beacon of Sumerian wisdom, its straw sticking up like antennas. Thank God you can't really see people's reactions when they see you strolling around in this incredibly insensitive headpiece. Super logical for a cop to wear this. An exquisite canopy bed made of metal. Buckets of paint on a layer of old newspapers.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
The man in business casual removes his cufflinks.
You shouldn't be seeing him in an intimate setting. For some reason, you feel this man is your superior.
My goodness.
Superior, but he's not in the command chain.
I feel like I should have Kim.
His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Sur-la-Clé. I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
Okay.
Hanging? What a drag. He seems like a cultured gentleman. You should ask him about the finer things.
Point to the bed. Before we go on, I absolutely have to inquire about this wonderful canopy. Show him the silk robe. Before we get to that, tell me where you got this beautiful silk robe from. We'll get to that right after you tell me the story behind this black Sumerian hat.
Oh, we got it from an atelier in the East Delta Commerce Center. Personally, I think it's a little culturally insensitive, but the material is great. Sadly, the shop is now out of business. That's really all I can tell you about it.
He forms a little rooftop with his fingers. Cold air sweeps in from the balcony. You actually witnessed the lynching? What's an official like you doing in Martinez? Can you tell me about your friend?
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
The man gives a solemn nod. Is it because you did it, Mr. Volodroin? Start from the beginning if you don't mind.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers, like a drama teacher setting the scene.
Meaning it was entertaining? Meaning it was terrifying?
No. I mean, it was so strange. I could barely believe what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
Who were they? Can you describe them?
I couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them. But they were very loud and very Martinez.
He pauses, looking for the right wording.
Let's just say that the laboring classes can get rather expressive with their profanities.
How many of them were there?
I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10. Maybe 8?
Sound familiar? That matches the prints you observed at the scene.
That's right. Were any of them huge, like 200 kilograms huge?
That's a giant you're describing. No, they were all quite human, as far as I could tell.
Did any of them look like drummers?
Drummers? Why, no. But then, I don't know what a drummer is supposed to look like.
Okay, well, what happened next?
I went back inside.
Oh,
Yes, back inside. Keep yourself safe from the killing.
wait, so you didn't actually see the lynching happening?
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man.
Were they men, women?
All men, I presume. But again, I couldn't see very clearly.
That doesn't quite comport with what you know.
I was about to
Don't
say, there was
forget
one
the
woman.
lady driver.
Are you sure at least one of them wasn't a woman?
It's possible, officer, but I cannot say with certainty. It was very dark, you must remember.
What ethnicity were they?
I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Areopagites among them. And I am quite certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent.
So then what happened next?
Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. It was oddly quiet for a public lynching.
What do you mean nothing happened? They lynched the guy.
Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything.
Why didn't you call the RCM?
You're right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do in such circumstances. I was simply in shock. I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add.
Can you at least tell me when it happened?
All I can say is that it was late.
So let me get this straight. You didn't actually witness the hanging itself, did you?
No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day.
Well, that was a waste of time. Those are all my questions. Thanks for your time. I feel like I shouldn't be a dick to him.
Of course, anything I can do to assist the RCM.
What's an official like you doing in Martinez?
The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight.
Okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment?
Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here.
So you're some kind of bureaucrat?
Yes, as I said before, I am a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stability.
He glances at
This
his
is one of
watch.
the main projects of the Moral Inter.
Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability, is there? Or maybe there is. God, it's impossible to understand whether someone from the moral intern is joking or not.
What is this international community?
La communauté internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution.
And what do I call the coalition?
Your employer, technically speaking. The governing authority of Revachol. The RCM is but one part of this provisional administration.
What is the pressability?
It is the most important thing.
That doesn't tell me anything.
It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
How does this benefit us exactly?
Take your daily bread, for example. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%.
Below 2% of what? This is fascinating, but I want to ask you something else.
But not too far below, no. Too below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%.
You're not answering my questions at all.
The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet?
Sure.
A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'être of the moral inter. It's the reason why I identify as a moralist. But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our
Oh my God.
information line. Making information available is part of the moral intern's commitment to transparency.
Heard about the moral intern before, but I want to know more.
It's the International Organization for Moralists, hence Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the Coalition.
Are you a moralist?
But of course,
But why?
because moralists believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values.
What is a normal, stable world? Martinez doesn't seem very normal, stable to me.
The Occident is part of the normal world. Oranje, Sur la Clé. Martinez? No. Martinez is something else.
What about the rest of Revachol? Is it part of the normal world?
Revachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy. But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
He gives you an approving nod. I don't think I'm a moralist. Moralism sounds incredibly boring. I want more action. Moralism is the ideology of foreign occupiers. Revachol must be governed by Revacholians. Democracy is a meaningless sham as long as the working class is under the boot heel of capital. It's like every time I'm talking to people, I'm choosing option D, none of the above. Is that moralism?
Your full autonomy is important, I agree. But it's an ongoing process. Nothing happens overnight. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Tell me about Sur la Clef.
What's there to say? Sur la Clé is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as the executive heart of EPIS. Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes.
Darling, that can't be an official designation.
What makes Revachol Sur la Clé's darling?
Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from Sur la Clé. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area.
Jamrock and other parts of the international zone have been mercifully spared of Sur la Clé's love for meatballs and mashed potatoes.
Tell me about Oranje.
Oranje is an exemplary nation who, as a core member of EPIS, contributes 28% of our annual budget. Next to Sur la Clé, Oranje is probably the most prominent member of the international community.
Which one of them is more EPIS?
As founding members, they are both very EPIS. Oranje carries a lot of political weight, while Sur la Clé takes care of the business side of things. Sur la Clé hosts the headquarters of the major EPIS institutions.
Okay, but outside of EPIS, what is Oranje?
Oranje's economy is one of the most advanced in the world. It has successfully transitioned from heavy industry to advanced services and generally acts as an engine for sustainable change in the international community.
But that didn't tell you anything about Oranje.
Can't you just talk like a normal person?
About what?
About Oranje, tell me what it's like there.
Oh, it's very urban and very well organized. Their streets are clean, their horse cars run on time, the people are polite and efficient. Like I said, they are an example for less emerged nations to follow.
Enough business, let's talk about something else.
Whatever you wish, officer.
Can you tell me about your friend?
Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters.
What's Kedra?
Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue.
What do you mean?
That it's never going to happen. They entered negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since.
What's this EPIS thing you keep talking about?
EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures, which proved to be a wild success. Nothing but kilograms and centimeters as far as the eye can see.
God, yes. Sweet standardization. The backbone of rationality and commerce.
It was such a wild success that we expanded it into an economic union for the processing of steel. Another success. And between you and me, the Moral Intern feels emboldened by this success. Emboldened to take EPIS to the next level.
Okay, but like, what does it stand for?
Why, it stands for progress and stability, like the moral intern as a whole.
No, what do the letters stand for?
It's been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. We are very excited to take it to the next
God,
level.
you don't even hear the words I'm saying, do you?
A supranational political alliance. The United States of Occident.
Is it going to be like this place here?
You mean Revachol? No, it's going to have transparent democracy.
Is Revachol going to be a part of EPIS?
It's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure.
Except that candidate members never become full members, do they?
Didn't you say that candidate members never become real members?
No. Candidate members do become members. Why do we even have the whole system in place if they don't? It just takes time. Time and evaluation. But we were talking about my friend here, not politics.
He chuckles gently. How did you two even become friends?
How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Isola? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in.
What are you talking about? No one becomes friends that way.
Au contraire, it's how millions of people end up where they are, meeting the people's elite. It's how I came here, and my friend too.
You still haven't told me who he is.
Sorry, who?
Oh my god. The man throws a quick glance at his watch. Your friend, the smoker on the balcony. We were just talking about him.
But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts. It is a cornerstone of our civilization.
Fine, but what's his real name?
Officer, you have to understand. I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure you have your own methods and databases, right? Please don't put me in this situation.
So all you can tell me about him is that he's here to study the arts.
He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes.
Which arts?
He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? The world is open wide for a talented youth like him.
What are you doing in his apartment by yourself?
I'm just enjoying the view.
The man smiles, nodding to the window. What view? It's dark outside.
Listen.
He says, raising his hand.
Baby is crying in the neighboring apartment.
Someone's baby is crying.
No, listen.
He says again, looking outside.
The Insulindian Bay.
What about it?
This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. Apartments, of course, were much bigger then. A few walls have been added here and there, leaving some of the tenants without a private bathroom or a kitchen. But the million real view stays. You can't take that away.
He knocks on the balcony door, his face mirrored in the darkened glass. I was asking about your friend.
My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you've seen him around. He's a busy bee.
A busy bee? What an odd choice of words.
I had something else in mind.
I'm all ears, officer.
Thanks, I've got all I need.
A moment. Officer, do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave.
Hold on, why can't we talk later?
It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well.
That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. Men in his position shouldn't be seen loitering around in underprivileged young men's apartments in the middle of the night.
I'm not going anywhere, I just want to take a look around in this apartment. Thanks for the heads up, but my work here is done.
Sure, go ahead. It's a beautiful space. Let me know if you have any further questions.
Wow, well, we didn't really get much from him, did we? Jeez, yeah, that was kind of... I don't really like that guy very much. Alright, so at this point it's like super late at night. I think the best bet would be just to go to bed and wake up and have Kim hop up with us and go to the church. That seems to be like the plan. So I think that's probably what I'm going to do unless I end up stumbling upon somebody on my way back.
The door has peel off due to the salt and wind from the sea. Even the lock looks slightly rusted.
Unlock the shack door with the key. Ah, nice, beautiful, free. The floorboards creak under your step. The intricate heat engine hums quietly, giving out pleasant warmth. Oh, beautiful. Old science fiction magazines, books about bird watching, an almanac from '39.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
Is shaving the right call?
The water reflects back a vague image of your face. Nose bulbous and red, hair unkempt, wrinkles lining the eyes and forehead. The stash is gigantic. You'll be looking like a pansy without the chops. A fucking pansy.
Hey, fuck you, physical instrument. Nobody asked you.
A fresh start looms ahead. Clean yourself up and be born anew.
Alright, here we go. If Kim sees me tomorrow morning and I'm looking fresh, whoo boy! Alright, we're gonna try it.
Like an artist,
I'm gonna be fresh as fuck for Kim.
You use the small mirror and the straight razor with some soap to remove all that unkempt hair from below the nose line. The sharp blade chafes against your skin.
Look at my picture.
Sound. The surface underneath the beard feels tender. The air brushing against it, chilly.
Feel your clean-shaven cheeks. Oh yeah.
It feels so smooth, surprisingly so. A feeling of freshness overcomes you, as if you just came from a cold bath.
Was shaving the right call?
The water reflects back a vague...
Yeah, you better believe it.
...shaven face. Despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair, and persistent swelling, you look a little younger, maybe. You almost look like a professional.
Thank goodness. Damn. Look at me now. Where am I going? Why is he moving like that? It's not what I told you to do. You see the waves, the sea, a church?
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see your reflection in it. The expression fixed to your clean-shaven face. You're still not accustomed to it.
Well, that's locked. That's 3%. We're not doing that. Let the mirror be for now. Mirrors are crazy in this game. A Koreyev jacket. Oh my goodness. Shaved and fresh as fuck. +1 logic. Checkmate. This swanky checker jacket flatters your form in a way that makes you feel the fun kind of serious. It has really nice roomy pockets too. So how does it compare to the jacket I'm rocking now? +1 esprit de corps, +1 visual calculus. I feel like I should probably keep that one on. This one is cool though. Alright, I'm gonna leave what I have on. Let's go to bed.
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest.
Go to sleep. Beddy bad time.
Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets warm. It only takes you moments for the world to fall away.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street. Recorded in you forever on Faraday.
Spinning in eternity, spinning on empty, spinning, spinning, tell me, am I dreaming?
On and on it goes, for untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising, rising, above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep. Studded with stars. Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time, the last time. The smoke in her mouth. The plotted flowers. The faces turning, changing.
What is it?
It's the world, Harry boy, and you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
The colors, the voices, the rain, the snow, I don't want to. It's beautiful. The endless visions, erase them.
All stuck on loop. Whirling, spitting out words and images.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent. Picking up litter and old newspapers. Collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless, meaningless keepsakes.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
That's right. I am an agent of the world. What if I want to be the agent of nothing?
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
For the working class. For the greater good.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
I'm building communism for all. This time we won't fail. We're making progress. Measured, steady progress. Forget politics. I'll never sleep if I keep on like this. There he goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry. He still doesn't see that if the world's changed, it's the world that's changing him.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
Why?
Cause only love can break your heart.
Feel the pillow under your cheek.
Beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. One conversation at a time.
Open your eyes. Whoa. What a nightmare. Alright, damn, I'm sitting there looking horrible.
Good. You're up. Listen, there's something that's been bothering you for a few days now.
What is it?
It's a suspicion, or a feeling really, that things are not quite in hand around here. An earth-shattering deduction from your psyche. What will those guys come up with next? Every day, things seem to spin more and more wildly, out of control. The center isn't holding. And despite your efforts to moderate and contain these energies, things only seem to be getting worse.
Wait, I thought things were going pretty well. Let's get right to it. Who needs to be done? Not my problem.
You've got to find out who bears la responsabilité.
What exactly is la responsabilité?
The most awesome, terrible thing. It is human nature to crave la responsabilité and to deny it. That's why it must be distributed across many different organizations, agencies, offices, and portfolios.
I thought I was assigning responsibility for the murder.
Harry, you're thinking about this too narrowly. La responsabilité isn't concerned with trivial questions like who killed who. It's about the real issues. The human welfare index, the price of staple goods, the transition to real democracy.
Alright, give it to me. I'll accept responsibility.
Whoa. This isn't some kind of dictatorship. You can't simply seize la responsabilité for yourself. It must be given by a legitimate authority, like a committee.
Do we really have time for all this? And who should sit on this committee? Sounds like too much responsibility for me. I don't want it.
Only the most even-keeled minds in Martinez. Your half-brother, the lieutenant, is a natural place to start. Together, you'll be able to discover who has la responsabilité in Rivershaw. And, if necessary, you'll have the wisdom and expertise to assign it among yourselves.
And what happens once we've assigned responsibility?
Most likely, your findings will be collected in a report, which will be carefully reviewed by your superiors. Once they've reviewed it, those same superiors will produce a set of recommendations to be taken up at the next meeting of the Standing Committee. Rest assured, no matter what happens, it will be done through the proper channels.
I'm prepared to take on this awesome burden. You already know.
Good luck. Your report is eagerly anticipated.
Took on la responsabilité. Alright, Thursday. Take on la responsabilité. Look how many tasks I still have. Holy crap. Alright, I gotta call Alice back then and run those numbers. Alright, let's get back and see the boy Kim. I miss him. What? Kim, you're here? I've missed you.
Yes?
Kim, we need to talk about responsibility. So point to your face. I shaved.
Yes. I don't know what to say. Perhaps,
What is it? You can tell me, Kim.
I'm not really sure about this turn of events. I thought button shops might have been a better idea. They sort of seem to cover up some of the... Either way, good on you. You were saying?
No, I was so excited for Kim to be excited about my shave, and now he's disappointed.
I'm glad to hear it, Detective. I was wondering when we'd get to this very subject.
Good, we're on the same page then.
If you ask me, it's high time for you to set aside these frivolous side projects and focus 100% of your energies on the case before us.
No, I meant like la responsabilité, you know, the kind that gets assigned.
Why are you pronouncing it like that gentleman from the Institute of Price Stabilité? You know what? Forget it. What specifically are you trying to assign responsibility for?
Point to the ground for the murder. Point to yourself for my disaster of a life. Spread your arms wide for this whole situation.
Now I understand.
The lieutenant nods his head gravely.
Next, I suppose you're going to tell me you need to form a committee to assign this responsibility?
How did you know?
Simple. Because moral intern types love to form committees. In any event, I am just a humble law official. I may work under the moral intern's umbrella, but I'm certainly not qualified to serve on any committee. You know who might be, though? That Mr. Villeudroit, the gentleman you met in the young man's apartment.
How you know about that, Kim?
If I were trying to get in touch with the coalition, I would start by seeking him out. But first, you might need to speak with his young companion. Now, was there anything else?
How you know about that guy, Kim? You weren't with me. You've been watching? You've been watching me from afar? Alright, so we gotta talk to the Sunday friend and then stuff about that. Let's talk to, Homegirl. We haven't talked to her in a minute.
The waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down, bastards.
Why does she care about the waves so much?
What is it with you and those waves?
What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them, fishing, making a living. So I asked them to accommodate me. But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can. So, what will it be, officer?
I'm looking for someone else, actually.
Oh? Who? Yeah, I'm not really looking...
Oh yeah, we already said
She
this.
seems genuinely sorry for not being...
Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
Idiot Doom Spiral over there needs his jacket. Have you seen it?
Remarkable. That one already lost everything else, and now his jacket too. It's a good thing, too, that he has an actual police officer looking for it. Good old Doom Spiral. Upper management to the core.
That's odd. Is she actually impressed?
I'm just trying to help out a stranger in need. No one plays Johnny Jacket. I find it, I keep it. I'm collecting evidence to charge him with petty theft. I don't really know what I do things. Everything just happens to me.
That's sweet of you. It really is. I check around the abandoned fish market on the boardwalk. Drunks are inexplicably drawn to markets. Might be why they have such trouble staying in business.
A phenomenon that the spectral hand theory of the market fails to account for.
If one of them lost something, that's as good a place to start looking as any.
That's my motor carriage in the sea, by the way.
Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea?
I wasn't feeling it. It was an accident, I'm sorry. I got drunk and apparently drove it in the sea. An official investigation has been launched by me to determine just that, ma'am.
This calls for a funeral, if you ask me.
You're suggesting we honor the carcass of my former motor carriage? No, that's senseless sentimentality. Inanimate objects don't have souls. I'm actually in the middle of a murder investigation right now.
Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all?
I don't think they have funerals for motor carriages. What an odd thought. Maybe I should. I don't have one funeral. I hate death.
Why odd? Our things are a part of our life world. They're made with our human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans. To some extent, at least.
Life world. Someone's been reading up on last century Gottwaldian philosophers. Play it cool now.
Alright, I'm in. But organizing a funeral takes a lot of time and effort, doesn't it? I don't get attached, definitely not to things.
Oh yeah? You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you gonna bury it? Who to invite? What music to play at the wake? Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it.
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere.
It's a pity we don't have to do more frivolous side activities. I would have really liked that. Let's focus on the things we can actually do, right?
Absolutely. Things like what, for example?
She needs to go on a date with another drunk, badly. Kim's presence makes it awkward. Well, damn, should have asked her when Kim was... That was my chance. Damn it. Kim, go. Just, I wanted you back, but now just go, bro. I mean, I was getting ready to hit it off with this girl. Now you made everything awkward. You were mean to me this morning. You didn't like my shave. I really wanted you back, and now I'm just kind of annoyed by you. I'm not really gonna lie, Kim. Yeah. So I'm just putting my feelings out there for you right now, bud. It is what it is. I didn't want to have to tell you this way, but you're a pain in my ass right now. And why can't I get through here? Sorry if you can sense my frustration. I'm walking around over here because I'm looking for the traps. There's one.
Nothing has changed about
It said that I need to find one in the southeast. I think that's probably the other direction. I've seen all these ones up here. I think this is like probably southwest. I want to go back and call Alice. So I can get more info, run the numbers on the victim's armor. So let's do that. Okay, why isn't it letting me? I don't understand the certain times where it doesn't let me fast travel. I don't know if it's because I'm in like a... That's a no-land Ving kit, an unsuccessful model. Relax, it's not yours. You didn't crash every MC in Reperstraw, hopefully. That was a weird thought to have. Okay. What if I go here? Alright, now I can do it. Let's go back. Okay, so let's make a phone call. Whoa! Excuse me, folks.
inside. You see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Did you find more about the owner of the armored boots?
Sorry, sir. I still haven't heard back from the database people. Try calling again later. Is there anything else I can do for you?
What if I talk to Sylvie again?
Sylvie Malaika. Yes. Hello?
Hey, Sylvie, it's the police again.
Oh, great. What else do you need, detective?
Have you seen my gun?
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, detective.
I showed you my gun. When did it happen?
Trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating and...
She stops hesitantly, not sure if she should continue.
Sounds like it's going to be bad. Do you really want to know?
Actually, I don't want to know. I don't want to know what happened.
Right. Anything else?
Alright, let's get off of here.
Anything else I can help you
I feel like it's gonna hurt my morale.
In the cabin, you see a...
Who the hell are you guys?
That's one brutal motor carriage.
Says the young man with piss. Written on his back.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
His companion wears a simple yet elegant slogan: "Fuck the world."
A snazzy, shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
Who are you?
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches or skulls.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and assholes. On the contrary.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls yet.
Okay then, let's indulge in some intellectual exchange. These young men seem eager to share their beliefs.
Who are the skulls?
You don't know? What kind of cop are you?
It's not a question. Don't get into it.
I'm so glad you asked. Of course I do, I'm just testing you boys. No, I really don't.
The skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertne.
His voice rings with excitement.
Besmetine, or the Besmeti, the Immortals, are West River Sholian crime syndicates.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
Non-verbal?
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word.
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual, a testament to the violence and death he's witnessed through the sight of his firearm.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around the brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive.
Do you know anything about the murder that took place here?
Murder?
A man was hanged in the backyard of the Whirling in Rags.
Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it. It was a man.
Also, he was hanged.
Anything else?
He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
These punks don't know anything. Let's just move along.
Hey, stop right there. How does one know anything?
Ah, this sounds like epistemology, a field so occupied by thought that it begins to question thought itself.
I know that you don't know shit. I'm not going to entertain you with this any longer.
Exactly. How can one know shit? For example, how can one be sure that there truly is a body hanging behind a hostel?
What if it's art? Or just a mere specter?
That could be the case, yes. A brilliant work of art. It's not. A man is dead and we need answers.
So what do you think we know?
Do you happen to know what happened to the victim's armor?
Nope. But Cindy does.
Don't tell him that. Skulls don't tattle, man. Cindy wouldn't.
You mean Cindy the Skull?
No. A different Cindy. From out of town. She doesn't know shit about armored gloves, that's for sure.
He did mean Cindy the Skull.
That's right.
All right, we have a lead on the gloves.
What's with the jackets?
What about them?
Turn to the blonde youth. Why does your jacket have piss written on it? Turn to the dark-haired youth. Why do you have fuck the world written on your jacket? I actually forget about it.
Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss. The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences. Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message.
What?
What I mean by this is, we are all piss, and that the world is inherently meaningless.
It seems that the young man has a certain expertise in at least one field, even if it's rather narrow.
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching.
I'm wondering if the poetics come with the jacket, or are they derived from something else entirely?
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though...
Blow it up. That is a terrible metaphor.
You get more fish in a shorter time. And, for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone. Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
Hate to admit it, but in a weird way, he's got a point. Is it a coincidence that here we have two badass jackets and two badass cops?
Definitely a coincidence.
Your lack of imagination is baffling, but you do make up for it with, yes, questions.
As for the jackets for yourself and the lieutenant, we'll talk. Well, talking with you has definitely been something.
Wow, so someone's been a little boring.
What?
Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one. The regular, please. The brown.
I like brown. I like standards. Look, I'm just trying to do my job. No need for extravagance. What is this, picking on me for not being crazy enough? That's the least of my concern.
Of course you do. Let's get right to it. My lord's copper type is regular cop. I'll let everyone know. I'll send out a telefax.
Wait. This will be my capo type now? Why not send out the telefax? I'm not ashamed.
Done and done. No actual communiques will be sent, of course. That would be too dramatic.
Alright, well. So to find the armor gloves, we gotta talk to Cindy the Skull. I think that's the girl. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's the girl that was talking about art. And then we got that new thought here. Regular law official. Alright, well, I think we're going to wrap this video up right here. Again, we have a bunch of stuff to do. We do still have to go to the church. I know I've been prolonging it. I wanted to wait until I had him with me to really do it. We can talk to Cindy the Skull now. We still have to find this lady's husband. There's a lot going on. So, I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, you already know, hit that thumbs up button. I hope that you have subscribed. If you haven't, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. And can't wait to see what happens in part 26. That's pretty insane. So, see you then. Peace.